Hey, Kellen, we'll get started with some questions. Your first question is going to be from Travis Brown from the Bryan College Station Eagle.
Hey, Kellen. Curious, several passes here and there that fell into open space. Was there a lot more of these young receivers trying to figure out the routes and remember the plays, or was there miscommunication between the two y'all? What kind of played into some of those incompletions that seemed pretty far out there?
I think it was a combination of both. Just us being on the same page and, just those small details that I always talk about within the offense. And I think that goes to everybody on the offense, me, offensive line, running backs, and also receivers. So I think that was such a huge part, especially when you're going against Alabama, who's, known as a really disciplined team. That's always huge. So you can't have those small mental errors because those end up costing you.
All right, let's move on to John Wilson from KBTX.
Kellen, what positives can you guys take from this game as you move forward, not only to Florida next week, but throughout the course of the year?
I think there's a couple of things, and I think one of the things just understanding that we can drive the ball and actually sustain drives. I think that was one thing that we definitely grew from last week. I think last week we struggled to sustain drives, and whether that was turnovers or penalties, but I think there's a couple of positives to come out with, but I think at the end of the day, we're always trying to win, and we weren't able to do that.
Okay, let's move to Robert Cessna from the Bryan College Station Eagle, and then we'll go to KAGS.
Yeah, Kellen, you did have a lot more success this week in the passing game, particularly your young guys, Brown and Lane. What did you see different about the passing game this week?
I think a lot of it was just me. I didn't think I played up to my full potential last week, and just coming off, I would just work really hard coming off this week, and I felt like I had the right mentality, and I thought I was seeing the field really well. But like I said before, just a couple of details that kind of cost us, and then it kind of made that game a lot worse than what it was.
And if I could follow up, you guys did a good job spreading the field using Smith. Did you run about as much as you thought you would, or maybe did you plan on possibly running more in this game?
I don't know exactly how much I ran. Just kind of off instincts. I thought I ran and just enough. A lot of it was a couple of them were scramble plays. A couple of them were just zone reads, and but that was part of the game plan. I thought the receivers did and Jalen and the Nice did really good, and especially in the quick game and getting yards after catch. But I think that was the main part about just the quarterback run game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go to Justin Woodard at KAGS.
Count a quick two-parter. How tough is it playing Bama right now with their weapons, trying to match them point for point like that, especially when they're hitting deep plays?
It's definitely difficult, and I've always said, to me, what makes Bama so special, they're very disciplined, and they also capitalize off of other teams' mistakes. And we're down one score, and then that pick six ends up being two scores, and then they go down and score another time. So by the end of the half, instead of one score, I think that was a third down play anyway. But maybe punting and then making them drive the field, which can be a one score or two score game. By the end of the half, it's three scores. So that was huge on my part, and definitely something I need to clean up.
And then secondly, you mentioned you moved the ball a lot better, which obviously y'all did. Just seems like from the outside views, it's such a struggle for y'all to go all the way down the field, 8, 9, 10 plays. Is there something from the offense that can be better and try to limit that and get further down the field on a couple plays?
I think that's the kind of the part where I say sustain drives. You're not always going to get the big play, but we always work for that. And but like I said, Alabama, I thought they had really good DBs and they were playing great coverage. So we knew everything going into the game was going to be contested. So just being able to kind of sustain drives, and then when we get in the red zone, kind of in that 30 to 20-yard range, it's going to be even tighter coverage, and they're going to have to make great throws and great catches. So we did that a couple of times tonight, but to be a really great team, we have to capitalize, and that's if we want to reach our full potential.
All right, we have two more questions on the question queue. We'll go to Olin Buchanan from Texas, and then Travis Brown.
Hi, Kellen. If you can speak for everybody, what do you think might have been kind of the psychological effect for you guys when the way things ended there at the half, when y'all looked like you might have a chance to be down maybe 28-21, but instead you're down 35-14?
I think that was huge. And, off the top of my head, I don't know if it, really affected anybody. I always think that we have a chance in the game, and, I think both offense and defense, defense, they could prove they could stop them. And then, a couple of third downs where that they ended up coming big on. And then on the offense, we felt like we can drive on them, both in the pass and the run game. But I think, that play was, really big. Even if we go into the half down one score, it's a lot better than, going into the half down by 3. So that's definitely big on my part. And definitely, like I said, I need to clean that up.
All right, last questions from Travis Brown at the Bryan College Station Eagle.
Hey, Kellen. Coach said that you weren't a captain today, so you could get some warm-up throws before the game. Was that a decision that he brought to you, or did you bring to him to kind of have that new pregame routine?
Can you say that again? I couldn't really hear the first part of it.
Yeah, Coach said that you were not a captain today to give you more time to warm up before the game. Was that something that you brought to him as an idea, or he brought to you?
It was something that we talked about last week, and, about me being a captain. But I usually, pretty much all my years, while they're doing the coin toss and stuff like that, I'm warming up. So, that's something we talked about last week, but nothing really behind that.
Do you feel like it gave you that more time to get your arm loose, like Coach said, and got a better routine?
I think it's the same. I was able to warm up last week, and I was able to warm up this week. So just how much time you have, but I felt fine.
All right, Olin, one more question, but we have to make it short.
Yeah, quick. Sorry, Kellen. I just wanted to clarify on that last pass before the half to Anais. I thought it looked like a good throw. Do you feel like that you didn't deliver the ball well?
Which one was that?
It was a 4th down throw.
Oh, on 4th and 2.
Right.
I think that's just one of those details plays, and I felt like we got him in a really good look and got a nice matchup on a defensive end, and I don't really know off the top of my head, but if he catches that, probably a big play, and I think it already was a first down if he catches that. So, Anais is one of our best players, so I know he's gonna be hard on himself, and he's gonna come back better next week.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
All right, that's all the questions. Thanks, Kellen. All right, fellas.